It's Madden NFL 23. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Steelers and the Texans on Thursday night.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, we're on to Week 2 in the NFL season as we've got a good one here between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Houston Texans. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Garden, and CD, our matchup here in this one, as so many do, revolves around the quarterback position. We've got an interesting pairing here. Kenny Pickett of the Steelers, Davis Mills of the Texans.
We do indeed, and something I'm going to be watching for. Who can get off to a fast start? If you can go out, get points on the first drive, preferably a touchdown, you can really set the tone for the game. And I think that both of these quarterbacks are more than capable of doing just that.
We are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
And he certainly had his share of struggles in the opener, threw a couple of ill-timed interceptions in the game. So that was something that was harped upon all week in practice. Because if he's going to help this team be a winning one, he can't give the football away like he did last week.
They'll start the drive with Harris. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up. Well, this defense for the Texans, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
On 2nd and 7, Pickett. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice shot there of keeping the toes inbounds. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring it up 32. Come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he will be very close to a first down. I see the closed fist of the referee. And that means 4th down. Only 2 yards, and it'll be a pull on the opening possession. Well, glad to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. It's taken to the 26, and he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. Leading him out, the former Stanford man. At quarterback, it's Davis Mills.
And remember, when he came out of college, he left early, so a lot of people weren't really paying attention to this young man, but he was entrusted with a leadership role early in his NFL career and didn't shy away from it. His goal, continue to prove that there should have been one more quarterback that went in the first round of the 2021 draft.
First and 10 now for Mills and the Texans at the 34. A first down throw for Mills. That's underneath to Pierce. The broken tackle couldn't create a ton of space. He'll be taken down just beyond the 35-yard line. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll make it second down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. But one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Play action now. Mills. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
They're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. The Texans are 1-0 in the year following the win in week 1. They've got a pretty good deal for the schedule makers as well. It's in weeks 1 and 2.
And I would believe that they would need to take advantage of that, partner, because as you can imagine, the road dates will pile up later this season. So this is a great opportunity for them to put some early distance on the rest of the division and create a little bit of a cushion for them for later in the year.
And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love the blitz and wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
And Pittsburgh with 6 defensive backs in the game here on third down. Here's Mills. And Cooks has it over the middle. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
That's a sharp throw right there on third down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a first and goal.
Off the play fake, Mills. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Oh, they were so close. That close to their first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer, but he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
Another shot from the 9 on second and goal. Now Mills. Open man is Cooks. He's got it. Touchdown, Texans. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Texans put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football. All right, when you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. Losers in the season opener on Sunday. They get that quick turnaround 96 hours later. Here we go. They're back at it. And I've got to think, especially early in the year, that's a good thing for these guys, is it not?
It absolutely is. And we've seen it many times demonstrated over the years. Teams have a rough opening game, have to play the Thursday game. That quick turnaround allows them to go ahead and throw the other game out, focus on the new one, and typically they play much better in game 2. So I would agree with you totally on that. Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Pickett sets up play action. Got an open man. It's Pickett's. Call it a gain of a yard. He brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
That's a defense you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Throwing on 3rd down. Here's Pickett. He's got a man. Complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That's a 1st down and then some. A 32-yard. Harris running straight ahead. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. A tackle made by Thomas Booker.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
That all makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive. And once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun, and they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
From the gun on 3rd down, Pickett. And that is incomplete.
This defense has come up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or 2. It's no good, and this will stay at a 7-point game.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try and run for 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through, and that one winds up no good.
So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
Now on 2nd and 13, Mills. Cooks on the quick slant. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Pierce will try to pick it up. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And a big gain that time. He's out of bounds. That'll be the final play on this first goal. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Handoff up the middle. Hunt. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time. And a 1st down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just a great out. And let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all. Challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Throwing, Mills. The quick slant caught. Touchdown, Texans. Brandon Cooks with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Texans go up by 2 touchdowns. For this offensive unit, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it results in the Texans finding the end zone. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. Looking to throw, Pickett. Throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 12 yards that time, and a Pittsburgh 1st.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
On the jet sweep, this is Johnson. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the jet sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Pickett setting up the screen. Harris. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the 1st half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
this off to Harris. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on third down. Here's another carry for Harris. And, boy, he is very close to a first down. But for where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Given the yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be fourth down in a few inches.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This would be a critical call.
Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3. They run for it with Harris. Well, he's taken down, but not before picking up the first thanks to a flashy little spin move. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion, and defensively pure frustration. So the drive stays alive after the 4th down conversion. 1st and 10 inside the 30. First and 10, here's Pickett. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential, but when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back over to the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Back to throw, Pickett. And that will be incomplete.
How about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense. Blanketing the field with extra defensive backs and speed. Finally able to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And the former Rice Al Boswell puts this one through in his return to Houston. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point a drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road. So
here are the Texans to take over. They've got the lead right now, and last week they were able to defeat the Atlanta Falcons here as they try to make it 2 victories in a row. First and 10 now for Mills and the Texans at their own 23. They go play action. Mills. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done. And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4.
Defense is asleep. Get out of here with a W, offense.
Mills to throw it. He gets it to Cooks. So the completion gets him just a yard. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage. They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt.
35, right at the 34 here. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. It's a gain of 3, and it gets him the first. Mills. Over the middle, that's caught by Mechie.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Looking to throw again on second down. Mills. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Mills. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
On is the punter, Johnston now, as he sends this one away. Now Austin. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least 1 practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated. As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. This is Harris on the draw. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Pickett looking to throw on 2nd down. He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. As the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. On 3rd down, here's Harris. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now the veteran Thomas Morstead on to punt it away. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Texans will take over. The Texans with the football here late in this first half. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. On play action, Mills. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Really nice
I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
On 1st and 10, Mills. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And he's going to get this down near the 25. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Play fake, Mills. Crossing route complete. Catch made by Cooks. Now the offense will run their 3rd and final timeout. They remain time on the horizon. They'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Looking to throw is Mills. Gets the dump off to Pierce. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Final play of the half, Mills. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a moment. But first, the NFL season is in full swing. Let's show the good folks what we've got in store for us later this weekend here in Week 2. As far as the early games go in that 1 o'clock window, we'll be focused on that game in Nashville. A big one for the Titans as they'll take on the visiting Indianapolis Colts. Lots to look forward to in the late games as well. One of the best being up in Seattle, where we find the Seahawks taking on the San Francisco 49ers. And lastly, we'll be tuned in on Sunday night for what should be a great one between the Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Steelers. And not much went right in those first 2 quarters. You can see the numbers on the ground there. Not a whole lot to write home about so far. Meanwhile, for the Texans, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play. These 2 clubs running through their final halftime adjustments. It's just about time to get back at it. And for the call of the second half, we go back out to Houston, H-Town, and Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. Taken in at the 3. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. Well, the Texans getting ready to go here to begin the 3rd quarter. First and 10 now for Mills and the Texans. At about the 32. A first down throw for Mills. Swings this out for Hunt. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Montravius Adams forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Make some good plays today.
To throw, Mills. He's got his man. It's the tight end, Brevin Jordan.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
On 3rd down, here's Mills. Open man is Mechie, and he's got him. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down.
Well, you certainly have to give them credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football. Sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And Cooks hands it over the middle. And the Texans are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. But now they look to him again. He picks up the 1st.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. Throwing, Mills. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Brevin Jordan, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Texans take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Myers connects on the PAT. And the lead is up to 18 now. So that drive goes 8 plays, and the result, a Houston touchdown. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. Pickett leads the Steelers up here with a fresh set of downs at their own 25-yard line. Harris will start the drive out. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now Pickett. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw, Pickett. Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth. And he will have a Steelers first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the give, this is Harris. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Another modest gain there on that one. And I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Well, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really on to something there in this passing game. It just can't get off the ground. In that play, it wound up losing yardage.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Pickett back to throw. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
There's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Here comes Davis Mills in the offense, ready for another drive. And the numbers for the last drive, and he was perfect, which maybe isn't surprising because he has not missed a pass in this game yet.
And it lets you know just how precise things have to be for a quarterback to be perfect, because that means the line's blocking really well. No one's dropping any of the passes thrown to them, and the quarterback is accurate. It's almost like a pitcher throwing a no-hitter or a perfect game, isn't it?
Pierce has it knocked loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up.
First down, fellas.
Off the play fake, Mills. Got this into the hands of the tight end, Jordan. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston 1st down. 1st and 10, it's Pierce. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It's only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On 2nd and 7, Mills. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 41-yard line. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
1st down, Mills. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Houston, it's the Texans in control of the football and leading this game as well as we start the 4th. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Mills to throw it. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And all the way down inside the 19 yards on the pickup there. And now they'll have it first and goal. Normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the fourth quarter. But the way that they passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? At this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
Mills now. The quick slant caught. Touchdown. Brandon Cooks. His third touchdown of the game and fourth on the year. And the Texans are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And they open the lead up now to 25. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it results in the Texans finding the end zone. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result. They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Pickett's throw there, hauled in by Claypool. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Pickett finding Claypool, good for Pittsburgh first.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Now he's going to swing this one into his running back. No gain on the play. And that'll bring up second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Throwing again on second down. Pickett. He finds Pickens over the middle. A gain of 8 there on the play. And now 1 yard to go on third down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Pickett right back to the air again. He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
Meanwhile, Pickett's throw into the hands of Pickens. And they'll work this down inside the 30. From the 29, Pickett. And he can't hang on to it. And the screen never got started.
This is certainly a team that's proven it wants to target its pass through the air. Defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
3rd and 2, Pickett. That's complete to his tight end flyer move. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 19. It's an 11-yard pickup. Thought they'd run it on 3rd and 1. Not the case. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Pickett, he'll look to throw it. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Jalen Petrie picks it off. And the Texans are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. The CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They'll start on the ground with Pierce. And he loses the football a second time. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And good field position coming up here. The football at the 12-yard line.
In today's NFL, most teams don't have as many goals. Used to have where you checked off your boxes, but 0 turnovers, that's a universal. And while it won't likely cost them in this game, they're going to regret the fact that they coughed one up here.
Yeah, their first blemish. They had mistake-free football prior. Now a first down carry for Harris. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 43 yards on the ground for him so far.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Harris going to get it again on second down. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Only gets a yard, but it's enough to set them up first and goal. They got the ball in great field position after the fumble, but this defense trying to stand tall.
They certainly are, and a lot of times after you pick up a fumble or get an interception, you have momentum on your side. You got to walk through a defense and score. Not so fast, not in this case.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
From back at the 4, here's second and goal. Now Pickett will look to pass it. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Pat Freiermuth from 4 yards out. And the Steelers are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead is down to 28-10. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And the effort snuffed out. The Texans hands team recovers. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Gets the dump off to Pierce. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. That'll go for a gain of 7. And it's second down. Well, clear running situation, trying to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
On second down, here's Pierce. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. To Pierce, they set up the screen. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. Good throw there, and this is a quarterback who's still just getting his feet wet, obviously. And by most accounts, last week played okay in the victory. But I want to know, Charles, what was your impression of his play last week?
Brandon, I think a lot of teams will be happy with okay, and early on, it's less about how many touchdowns did he throw, but did he not throw interceptions? Did he handle adversity? Did he handle the huddle? Those types of things. That's what people are looking for.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Pierce gets this one running right. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 55 rushing yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
A lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
They'll run here with Pierce. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. And they'll go right back to Pierce. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. And they'll indeed take a knee. So this one in the win column for the Texans. And they will stand a large portion of the play their starting quarterback, Charles. That's Davis Mills.
Yeah, he had a tremendous night throwing the football. Wound up with 4 touchdown passes. He had in his mind early that he was going to go into attack mode. And he sure was successful.
So for Houston, they use the favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Indianapolis next week. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the Cleveland Browns.